Happy Monday. It is the, what date? Why do I never check the date before I start filming? It is the 18th of January. It's 12:30 and I haven't started writing today. I've had about a billion other things to get done and I've only finished half of them. We are starting today on 50,013 words. Hopefully we'll be at 60,000 by the end of the week. I now know the gender of my child. In other news, I know what it is and I'm very happy. I'm very, very excited. I am once again praying to the writing gods that the words come easily today and that I can figure this out with relative speed. It's 2 o'clock. We're sitting at 51,000 words. Excuse me, my brain is so dead already. We are halfway. I want to get 2,000 words today. So we're going to keep going. I'm going to take a small break to have some lunch and clean my house a little bit. And then I'm going to come back and hopefully we can get another 1,000 done by close of shop today. The words are good. It's taken a while, but they're good words. The story is moving forward at a really good pace. I'm actually really happy with the pace we're at. Of course, I wish that I were moving faster, but that's not how this works. It's not how this works. Just gotta keep going. Every single word added is a word closer to the final. See? I can't even say words, let alone write them. It is 1 minute past 5 o'clock and we have finished with 2,000 words for the day. I'm absolutely exhausted and I'm ready for a nap, but that would be unreasonable to take a nap right now because then I won't go to sleep tonight. So instead, I'm going to edit last week's vlog. It's a little bit past 1 in the afternoon. I have written about 1,000 words today of actual writing. But before I did that, I wrote another 1,000 words on just planning for the next phase of the book. I went through my outline, I updated it a little bit because things are just a bit different. Also, by the way, it's the 19th. I didn't say that. It's the 19th. I made quite a comprehensive outline of upcoming events. And while I do outline the book that I'm writing before I begin, it's not necessarily in any particular detail. This actually went in depth. And I'm finding that because I've now gone and done that, this scene that I'm writing, it's not a soul-changing scene, but it's happening really easily, which is great because it means that I can actually get towards those soul-changing scenes at a faster pace. So we're sitting at just under 53,000 words. I want us to get to 54,000 words by the end of the day. I think we can absolutely do it. I feel energized, I feel ready, I feel good to go. I also feel quite hungry.
I made some soup, I have some chocolates over there, and I'm watching Netflix instead of working for my lunch break. But it's fine, it's a lunch break.
It's 3 o'clock and we are not only at 54,000 words. We're not just at 54,000 words, we're at 54,342 words. So we have done 2,000 words today on top of another 342. And I am not done yet. I don't feel tired. I don't feel, just my brain is still working. It might be made of rocks, but it's still working. Let's see if we can get to 55,000 today. Let's try to do it before Liam gets home. It's 3 o'clock now. He's gonna be home in an hour. You reckon we can do it? Put your bets in the comments now. Are we gonna be able to do it? Progress report. It is 3:30, exactly 3:30, and I'm at 55,014 words. I've written 3,000 words today. What? And I still have boundless amounts of energy. I can still keep going. It's only 3:30. I have time before I have to cook dinner or do anything else. And I finished 2 chapters. I had one that I had started yesterday that needed finishing. And I finished it. And it was only a little bit more that had to go on that one. And then I started a new one. And I have finished it as well. So I can start a 3rd chapter today. This is a good day. Also, my baby is kicking me in the kidney. Could we do 56,000 words? That would mean we've done 6,000 words in 2 days, which is a lot. I'm gonna keep writing. All right, let's keep going. Today is the 20th of January. That is hot. It is a hot day, and yet I have made a hot chocolate because I am celebrating yesterday's win. Yesterday we wrote 3,222 words in total. Usually I like to go for 2,000, but this just kept going, which now puts us overall at 55,222 words. So we wrote 5,000 and a bit words in 2 days. I can't even begin to tell you how awesome it feels considering that time that I've had to take off because I've been sick and because of all the stuff that's happened. I feel like I'm in my own skin again, which is hard to do when there's someone on the inside kicking you. I can blame two things for our success for yesterday. Number one, I started the day off by just writing out a plan. I had a look at my outline. It was a little outdated because the story had started to progress in a different direction, so it needed a little bit of tweaking. While it was still heading in the same direction, some of the scenes that I thought were gonna be necessary had evolved and changed, and while they were still necessary, they didn't necessarily look the same. So I decided to outline those scenes in quite particular detail. This was incredibly helpful in just propelling me forward yesterday. The second thing that I can say had a direct effect on our success yesterday was the soundtrack I was listening to. So I would just like to give a personal thank you to Taylor Swift for writing the Evermore album. Usually I find it really difficult to listen to music with lyrics while I write because I just want to stop and listen and I get easily distracted. But for when those lyrics match up with what you're writing so incandescently perfectly, it works. I'm wondering if we can do something similar today. I don't know.
Okay, so I know this is not relevant to anything, but I really like it when that happens. It really does something good for the serotonin in my brain. Ooh.
It is just past 2 and we have reached 57,000 words. I am actually getting really nervous about this word count. I had given myself 20,000 words in which to develop this particular thing that I can't tell you about, and I'm now down to 13,000 words to do it in. I think my math is terrible, so excuse me if that's off. And that's not enough. Even though I've started it, it just feels like there's so much more to be said. This book is looking like it's gonna be quite a bit longer than I had expected. I woke up with horrifying morning sickness this morning. It is about 3:15. I woke up this morning feeling really awful, so I took the morning really slow. I started working about 2 hours ago. We were sitting when we started today with 57,015 words. Well, now we have 59,042. So I'm feeling pretty good. We're gonna get past 60,000 words today, which means that we only have about 30,000 words left before we're at 90,000, which was the goal for this book, and I think we are gonna overshoot it by a lot. I think that we're gonna just have to do a lot of trimming down in the second draft. Writing snacks for the day have been chocolate that is now melting because it is so hot, it's gotta go back in the fridge, and sweet and sour Haribo Bears. And now I have a new craving. All I want is chicken dumplings. Bugger. We wrote 10,000 words in 4 days. I feel almost giddy. 10,000 words in 4 days. 10,000 words in 4 freaking days. Good morning. I'm stressed. I am like, you could change my name to This Bitch Is Stressed. My house is a mess. My office is a mess. There is clean laundry on the floor that I haven't bothered putting away. My breakfast plate is still on my desk. My cup of tea from yesterday is half drunk and still here. And I am stressed because I don't have time to stop and do anything. Because I missed my deadline. Because life. Because pregnancy sucks so much. My child has hiccups
right now. You can't see it, but she's jumping up and down in there. I have to finish this book as soon as physically possible. I'm on 80,067 words. Look, we all thought that this was going to be a 90,000 word book. It isn't. I was wrong. It is just feels like if I were to just finish it now, or finish it in the next 10,000 words, like I had planned it being a 90,000 word book, then the ending will be so abrupt that it will make sense, but it'll be so abrupt that there will be nothing satisfactory in it. I still have to do draft 2 before my baby is born in May. As of today, I have 9 weeks between now and my due date. And most babies don't come on their due date. They come a little earlier or a little later or kind of around it. I have an estimate of 9 weeks because I want this book to be in submissions while I'm on maternity leave. So it has to be done now. It has to be finished now. It is the 17th of March. I didn't film yesterday. I wrote yesterday, and we are sitting at 84,349 words, and I am in a death spiral of stress and panic. Another problem, I didn't really anticipate how exhausting the 3rd trimester of a pregnancy would be. So I'm tired. At the same time, I am building a house. So I just have so much to think about. And I have no snacks. Wait, I have a bit of chocolate. I have made a list of things to run through in my draft 2. Things that need to be changed, things that need to be added, things that need to be altered. There's some things that go as far as to removing particular characters from the story entirely. And I look at this and I see progress because I see how the book is going to get really good. But at the same time, I also see a lot of work that needs to be done. And it's just like, just happened. I just finished Act 2. The final chapter of Act 2 is over. It's done. It's over. I just wrote a massive plot twist that was so much fun to write, and I've been waiting to write it for obviously a very long time. And it concludes Act 2, which means we're in the home stretch. It's still not gonna happen between now and 90,000 words. That's definitely not a possibility because we're sitting at 86,088 words. We just need to do the climax of the story and the conclusion. That's all I have left to do. I am really pleased with that. I'm going to mark that chapter as done on my outline. Today has been a little bit extraordinary. We're at 89,600 and something words. I went out, I went grocery shopping twice because I didn't get some of the stuff at the first shop, so I had to go again to another one. Then I went and I sat in a coffee shop for a couple hours and I did some writing. My house is atrocious. The mess is crazy. I cleaned this kitchen yesterday and look at the sink. But it doesn't matter because we are nearly at 90,000 words. Having a very late dinner because I want to go back and reach 90,000 words by the time the night is done. How many words have we done since Monday? But I think it's around 10,000. It's Wednesday. I'm gonna have a quick dinner and then I'm going to get back into it and write the final less than 400 words before we reach 90,000. This is insanity. Couldn't have happened at a more perfect time because I am not gonna have a full work day tomorrow because I have a prenatal appointment that cuts right into my day. 90,383 words. I cannot believe how this day has gone. Let's calculate how many words I actually wrote today. I wrote down how many words I was at when I started. 84,349. What? I wrote 6,034 words today? What? Wait. We wrote 6,034 words in a day. What is this witchcraft? I like it. We're gonna finish this book in this vlog. The first draft
will be completed by the time this video is over.
Good morning. This has been a crazy day. Well, not yet. Let me start. You know what? Let me start that again. Yesterday was nuts. I wrote 4,000 words. We are sitting currently at 94,034 words. Today's the 23rd and I haven't started writing just yet. So I've sat down to do that. And we're maybe 2 days away from completing this book. I think we're gonna cap it at 105,000. The work is moving really, really quickly. I'm a little bit flabbergasted, if I'm honest. I'm feeling like I'm going to be emotional. I've got my little timetable here that's like, I've got in, see, I'm struggling to speak today. I've put different key events into a table, and then as each one is completed, I just tick it off as done. Obviously, there have been quite a few of them, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them left to go. And then the book is, the first draft is 100% complete. Not only that, we are at like the climax of the story. That's all I'm thinking about right now. It's literally the only thing happening in my brain. And I've been getting very little else done just because all I'm doing and thinking and breathing is this. I'm finding that it's best to write in complete stony silence at the moment. If it's not Folklore or Evermore by Taylor Swift, I don't want it. Yes, I wish that it had been completed earlier like I had planned. But you know something? It's really good. For a first draft, this is pretty good. I'm pretty happy. I'm starting today by reading the last 2 chapters that I wrote yesterday. I need to make sure that I'm aware of everything that's gone in recently so that I know everything that still has to go in. And it's easy to forget that when you are writing something that's really high tension. It's easy for things to just kind of go to the back of your head and then you forget about them.
Okay, I just finished filming a scene that hurt me so deeply, and then Illicit Affairs by Taylor Swift comes on my playlist. And the thing is that, like, I know that shouldn't be a big deal, but Illicit Affairs is the song that I had assigned to this particular thing in the story, and it reminded me of this particular thing so much that whenever I had this happening on screen or on page, I was listening to this song and it just started playing and now my heart hurts. I'm gonna miss the story so much when it's done. I'm gonna miss these characters so much. My heart is actually hurting me. Today is the day that this book will be completed. 1 chapter left to write, and then it's done. I'm so relieved. Because now I can do draft 2. This is just a winning. We're winning. We're winning. It is the 25th of March. I didn't write yesterday because it was my husband's birthday and we spent the day doing other stuff. We're still sitting at 98,283 words. Whether or not we can get this in under 100,000, I'm gonna say no. Can we get it at 100,000 or slightly above? Yeah, we could. I don't know what soundtrack I'm listening to today. I probably won't listen to anything. I've got my writing snacks. I wish I had a chocolate milk. Maybe I'll get one for myself as a reward for finishing the book. So there is still work to be done, but because we actually have a foundation to work with, we're not standing on new ground, it is a lot easier. So I think that the next phase of writing this book is gonna go fairly quickly. I say that now, and I'm sure I'm gonna eat those words later. Hello, it's the 1st of April, so, and I'm back on camera, which means that the day that I said was the day was not the day. I have the most valid reason why imaginable. Later that day, I started having contractions. So I had to go to the hospital to get checked out. It was false labor, but it did mean that I couldn't finish the book that day. And on top of that, while I was being checked out for this false labor, while there wasn't any labor, there was something wrong. My baby is gonna be here early, and which means that we're not gonna get a second draft done by the time she's here. There's literally nothing I can do about it. There's not a single thing I can do about it, and my priority had to be going to the hospital and getting checked, and thank goodness I did. Today is the day instead. We're going to finish the book today. day. Honestly, I also would really just like to enjoy the experience of finishing the damn book. I have had to come to terms with the fact that there will not be a draft 2 by the time my baby is born. I've just had to come to terms with it. And we only have one chapter left to write. However, the final chapter is just as important because it's going to decide whether or not they read anything else that you have written. It's going to decide whether or not they put that book on the shelf and go, I'm remembering that author's name for when the next book comes out. Or whether they say, that was fun, but I think I'm done. We are on chapter 43, page 329, and we are on 99,490 words. Today's writing snack, I have already had 2 of them, and I intend to eat the other 4. Just a quick update, I'm still writing, we're not quite done yet. I've got a couple paragraphs left to go, but we are at 100,068 words. It's done. It's done. I rewrote the last line. Apparently I wasn't done, but now I'm done because I rewrote it and I'm happy with it. We're at 100,473 words. Done. Holy damn! Okay, where is my red pen so that I can mark it as done on my timesheet? I gotta tell my mom.
As long as you are mine, I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time. It won't always be easy, but just as sure as the sun will rise, I'll be there when you need me. With every tear that falls from your eyes, oh yeah.